And on the night that Britain left the EU, this gentleman was sitting right next to me. I'm happy to welcome him back here. Christian Schulte-Loh, a German comedian who has made a name for himself around the world, poking fun at the British, among others. It's good to have you back on the show.
Thanks for having me back, Brent. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. So here we are talking now about a French President Macron. Brexit is almost a year in the making. Is Europe a happier place or a sadder place than it was when you and I first sat here?
It hit us by surprise, didn't it? We were sitting here, we didn't see it coming, and we didn't know what it would mean. And I think we're sitting here now still not knowing what it will mean. And that's a bit weird, 1 year later, almost. But I think because of the French people, which is a bit worth mentioning, we're feeling a bit better.
Well, why? Are you glad that there's not going to be a Frexit? Because that's what would have happened with Marine Le Pen.
It would have happened, yeah. I think I'm glad, also because a Frexit would have made the Brexit topic a little bit less special. And I think now Brexit is still a big topic.
You mean there's not enough room there's not enough room in the European head for more than one exit?
I think so. One exit is more than enough.
Okay.
Unless a very little country would leave, you know, like Luxembourg's exit, like Sexit.
Well, if France were to leave, who could take its place?
Very easy one, Australia. Because they are now in the Eurovision Song Contest, aren't they?
Which takes place next weekend, by the way.
I know.
But you mean Australia could take France's place in the European Union?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean, if they can sing.
If they can be part of the Eurovision, they can be part of the European Union.
That's true. I want you to take a look now at part of a documentary, and I want to get your take on it. Emmanuel Macron, last October, agreed to let a camera crew follow him for 200 days during the campaign. No commentary, there's no voiceover in this. And here you see the real Macron backstage. It begins with him after he'd finished a political rally, and he's talking about his then conservative rival, Mr. François Fillon.
Fillon, il a plus de jus. Il a plus de jus. Mais il a un truc qui est très impressionnant. Parce que moi, j'ai un gros problème. Je sais pas, faut que je travaille ma respiration, tout ça. J'ai peut-être eu un coup de fringale. Mais moi, j'avais des fourmis dans les jambes à rester debout, j'en peux plus. Et lui, putain, je le regardais. Le mec, il bouge jamais. Il est comme ça.
Le moment où Richard s'endort. Moi, je me suis pas endormi. C'est faux.
Non, arrête, Richard.
T'as collapsé un peu.
5 jours pour expliquer.
Chérie, t'as bien aimé ou pas? Non, ça veut dire que t'as pas aimé. Et même Besson a bien aimé.
Je te parle tout seul.
Non, mais est-ce que
non, il y a un principe, c'est que je te parle tout seul.
Dis-moi plutôt oui ou plutôt non. Est-ce que c'est plutôt oui? Non, mais plutôt oui quand même.
Mais chérie, on parle à deux.
What do you make of his wife?
I don't know. It's a bit too early, isn't it, to have an opinion on her?
No,
she's not Michelle Obama.
That's not a good answer. Come on, that's not a good answer. No, because people, people have been talking about the age difference nonstop. Right. But I heard today that was one reason why he won.
You think so?
That he has an older wife.
That sounds a bit like Larry David, isn't it? The logic, you know? Larry David, Curb Your Enthusiasm, who had a wife or a girlfriend in a wheelchair and suddenly became very popular. And everybody started to like him just because he had a girlfriend in a wheelchair.
But what's wrong with that? Because the age difference there is the same as the age difference between Donald Trump and Melania Trump.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And people haven't criticized that, so...
They haven't? Really?
Well, have you?
I've criticized it a lot.
Why?
I think it's wrong.
That he's married to Melania?
Yeah, I think that anybody's married to him is wrong, you know? So that's not really an age thing.
You've got a book coming out, and it's out in German right now, Zum Lachen auf die Insel, which basically means, laughing on the island.
Yeah, I went to the island to have a laugh.
To have a laugh, and it's going to come out in English.
It is at one point, yeah, soon.
And so tell us a little bit about this book. And
did you see, like, the cover is nice because this looks a bit like it could be Margaret Thatcher or the Queen or Angela Merkel.
I was about to say, yeah.
Right? It's like they all look very, very much alike.
Well, you know, isn't it interesting? You spend a lot of time talking about Britain, now France, but you always end up coming back to the German Chancellor.
Well, she's our mother, isn't she?
Well, that's what the Germans call her, but she doesn't have any biological children of her own.
No, but she's a physicist, so she makes them in like glass tubes.
Have you seen that?
Different approach. That's what I heard.
We've got a clip here. Before we let you go, my producer says we've got time. I want to show folks a little bit of your stand-up where you actually asked the French to have a good sense of humor. Take a look.
I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to surrender. I'm not French. So, oh, some people are uncomfortable. Oh, no, we cannot make fun of the French anymore. It's like, Je suis Paris and all that bullshit, you know? You probably have like a French flag on your Facebook profile picture, right? It's like, come on, guys. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, you know? That's the worst thing the Islamic State have tried to do to us so far. They want us to like the French. What? What? Not with me, guys. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Look, listen. If we stop hating the French now, that means the terrorists have won.
I mean, are the French as easy to poke fun at as the Brits have been for you?
Well, there's a big difference between having British people in front of you and joking about the French,
right,
or the other way around.
Right.
So, but I remember that night there were a couple of French people in the audience, and they were laughing.
And they were laughing. Yeah.
I think they liked the logic behind my bit.
Well, you're German. How good are you at laughing at yourself?
Oh yeah, that's a big part of my comedy, like self-deprecating humor, right?
Yeah. I mean, the Germans aren't known for having the biggest sense of humor, but you prove that that's not true, right?
I saw this, you know? All right, we're going to know exactly what you did there, Brent.
Listen, it's always good to have you on the show. Come back again, and maybe there'll be we'll have elections in September, the German elections to talk about then. You can talk about Mother Merkel again.
Absolutely.
Christian Schulte-Loh, as always,
you, Brent.
thank you very much. It's good to have you on the show.